It all began in a small corner of Colombo, where a young man quietly flipped through pages filled with figures, ratios, and ledgers. To many, they were just numbers, but to him, they were stories waiting to be told. Years later, the same man would stand at the helm of one of Sri Lanka's most powerful banks, guiding its destiny with the same precision he once used to balance an audit sheet. But how did this quiet accountant become one of the nation's most influential financial minds? The story of Nandika Buddhipala is not just about success, it's about vision, discipline, and a relentless curiosity that turned numbers into milestones. When Nandika began his professional journey in 1991, the world around him was changing rapidly. Fresh out of university, armed with determination and a hunger to learn, he joined KPMG Ford Rhodes Thornton Company in Sri Lanka as an auditor. It was a humble start, long nights of balancing statements and understanding how money truly moved through systems. Yet this was where he built his foundation. Every report he prepared, every financial discrepancy he solved, sharpened his analytical eye. Fate soon carried him beyond Sri Lanka's shores. In the Republic of Maldives and later in the Sultanate of Oman, Nandika continued his work with KPMG Pete Marwick Michael. These international assignments weren't just jobs, they were classrooms. He observed how different nations manage their finances, how culture shaped business, and how meticulous accounting could bridge borders. Those years abroad transformed a young auditor into a global thinker, disciplined, observant, and ready to take on leadership. When he returned to Sri Lanka in 1993, opportunity awaited at Mobitel PVT Limited, one of the country's pioneering telecommunications companies. The industry was booming, mobile phones were transforming communication, and behind every call made, a silent network of finance and strategy worked tirelessly. Nandika joined as a financial accountant, a role that would soon evolve far beyond spreadsheets. For the next 14 years, he climbed steadily from finance manager to general manager finance administration, and eventually to chief financial officer, CFO. His responsibilities expanded to include finance, treasury, procurement, logistics, and even service center management. Under his guidance, Mobitel didn't just grow in size, it grew in stability. He introduced tighter financial controls, smarter procurement systems, and a culture of precision. Employees began to see finance not as a restriction, but as a roadmap to sustainable growth. By the time he left in 2007, Nandika had already earned a reputation not as a loud leader, but as a strategic mind who led through quiet brilliance. Then, in 2008, came the defining chapter of his career, his appointment as the Chief Financial Officer of Commercial Bank of Ceylon plc. It was one of Sri Lanka's most respected banking institutions, a financial fortress that demanded both intellect and integrity at its core. As CFO, Nandika wasn't just responsible for managing money, he was steering the financial future of the bank itself. Under his leadership, the bank maintained exceptional stability, even amid economic fluctuations and global financial challenges. His strategic decisions helped position the bank among the top 1,000 banks in the world, a testament to his foresight and discipline. But what made him exceptional wasn't just his leadership, it was his commitment to learning. Even as he managed billion-rupee portfolios, he continued studying. He earned 3 master's degrees, an MBA in management, an MA in financial economics, and an MSc in financial mathematics, all from the University of Colombo. His academic hunger reflected a deep belief: the moment you stop learning, you stop growing. His earlier BSc in Business Administration from the University of Sri Jayewardenepura and a postgraduate diploma in management
Great pleasure
had
for us to
already set the
conduct this
stage,
particular
but his
FinHack
later qualifications
competition.
turned him into a rare hybrid, a
Specifically
scholar who could also
during
execute.
time where we
Professional
couldn't have
recognition
any
followed
kind of
naturally.
activity.
He
On
became
behalf
a
of
fellow
the
chartered certified
panel
accountant,
judges as well as the member network
FCCA,
panel,
a fellow of the
we
Institute of
really,
Chartered Management
specifically when
Accountants,
it comes to member network
FCMA,
panel and
a senior
specifically
associate
judges,
of
we
the
really
Financial
enjoy it.
Services Institute of Australasia, and a member of both the Institute of Management Accountants, USA, and the Chartered Institute for Securities Investment, UK. These weren't just titles, they were badges of a lifelong commitment to excellence. Yet, Nandika's story doesn't stop within corporate walls. His leadership extended to national service. He served as the immediate past president of the National Chamber of Commerce of Sri Lanka, chaired the member network panel of ACA Sri Lanka, and led the National Advisory Council of CISI Sri Lanka. His influence shaped policies, inspired young professionals, and strengthened Sri Lanka's reputation in global finance. In 2023, he took on another vital role, member of the Industrialization Commission under the Industrial Promotion Act No. 46 of 1990. This position allowed him to contribute directly to Sri Lanka's industrial growth, focusing on innovation and sustainable development. His work wasn't just about numbers anymore. It was about nation building. Beyond boardrooms and advisory councils, Nandika continues to give back to academia. He serves as a council member at the University of Colombo and as part of the Standing Committee on Humanities Social Sciences at the University Grants Commission. Through these roles, he ensures that the next generation of Sri Lankan professionals grows with both skill and vision. Today, when people speak of Nandika Buddhipala, they don't just speak of a CFO.
Great
They
pleasure
speak
for
of
us
a man
to
who
conduct
built
this
bridges
particular
between
FinHack
education and experience,
competition.
between ambition
Specifically
and humility,
during
between personal success
time
and
where we
national
couldn't
progress.
have any kind of
His
activity.
journey from a
On
young
behalf of
auditor in
the
Colombo to a
panel of
global
judges
banking
as well
leader
as the member
is a
network
reminder
panel,
that greatness doesn't arrive
we
overnight.
really, specifically when it
built
comes
step
to
by
member
step,
network panel and
decision by
specifically
decision,
judges, we really
number by
enjoy it.
number.
And
And perhaps the
the
most curious
interaction
thing of
what
all,
we have.
even after decades of achievements, those who know him say he still keeps a notebook by his side filled not with profits or losses, but with ideas. Because for Nandika, the story of success isn't over. It's just entering its next chapter.